Melissa. Good to see you too.
Well, tell us a little bit about Mary Catherine and your chapter.
Okay. Well, Mary Catherine was born in 2013, and in December of 2017, she was diagnosed with DIPG. Leading up to that, I guess in November, really right around this time of year, right around Thanksgiving, she just seemed like she had been coming down with something. And during Thanksgiving, she, just wasn't really completely herself. About a week later, right after Thanksgiving, she had a big fall at our house, and it scared all of us, but we didn't think she had a concussion. The pediatrician checked her out. And then the next day she went back to preschool, and she fell twice on the playground. Her arm was all scraped up. And so I immediately took her to the pediatrician again, just, checked her out thoroughly and said, well, if she doesn't bounce back pretty quickly, you should take her in, and just have her checked out at one of the children's hospitals here in Austin. So, through a series of other events, we noticed other things happening, but didn't really piece it all together until a good friend of mine who is a doctor, and her husband is also a doctor. He's a neurologist. They observed her at church. She was walking up the stairs with her hands on the stairs, just like you would think a normal 4-year-old might do. But just my friend observing her gave her some pause. And then she basically fell in the church parking lot. She was kind of knocked over by a child, and just time kind of stopped at that point. Then about an hour later, my friend called and said, my husband and I have talked about this, and we really feel like she needs to be observed. You should take her to Dell Children's like today. And so basically she had, before, my husband had taken her to get food. And when they came back in, she fell in our garage, and he asked her how she was feeling, and she said dizzy. So anyway, we took her, and within, basically within less than 24 hours, she had been diagnosed with DIPG. And of course, we were completely shocked. We were shocked and just couldn't believe it. It just rocked our world. I mean, we didn't, we just were not expecting that at all. We thought it was a concussion or possibly a skull fracture. But nothing like this.
Why would you ever think it's brain cancer? Why?
Yeah, you would never think that. You would never think that in a million years, because it's so rare, supposedly. Right. Yet now that we're in this space, what we realized is that it's not as rare as you would think, because children are diagnosed all the time. And I don't know what the statistic is for how often children are diagnosed with DIPG, but it's more often. Yeah, too many for sure. So
you've now formed a chapter, Hearts for MK, right?
Yes. So while we were in the fight, and thanks to you, we found out about the Cure Starts Now, and sort of engaged with the Cure Starts Now here and there. Still didn't really know everything about it and what they were doing, but we had a positive impression of the Cure Starts Now while she was going through her illness. Then afterwards, we basically directed all funds at her death. We asked people to give to the Cure Starts Now, because we felt like the Cure Starts Now was doing more than a lot of other organizations in terms of research. And we felt like that was the most important piece of this puzzle is research, and actually funding doctors who are, boots on the ground with this, and not just raising awareness. And so that was one of the big things that the Cure Starts Now was doing, and still is doing, that really attracted us to it. And so I guess about a year and a half, I guess, after she died, we decided to form a chapter in January of 2020. We formed our own chapter, and just because it would just give us the ability to focus more, and also just, you know, have a say in how some of the research is determined, and where the dollars go.
Get your vote in.
Right, exactly. So,
well, you've had huge community support, and like you said, they were definitely donating in honor of her when y'all asked them to. So is there anything like you want to tell your supporters, your family, your friends about this, or to thank them?
Yeah, we could not be where we are without the support of our community, the support of our friends and family. I mean, when this was going on, they completely rallied behind us, and doing things for us that we didn't even know they were doing. You know, just loving on us, really. I mean, just, and I would say it as being the hands and feet of Christ, because that was what it was. And the friends who were spearheading it, I mean, it was all done, you know, in love, and just really, I think everyone at that time, you know, we all had hope. We all wanted to have hope. We wanted to have hope that Mary Catherine was going to somehow be the one. And I think everybody goes through that, you know, as a parent, and probably even as a child. You know, those that are a little bit older, or even the ones that are younger, they think they're going to get better.
Right.
That's the hope that you have to have. You have to have that hope, or you couldn't go on with it. You couldn't do what you were doing. You couldn't fight for your children if you didn't have hope. So that, you know, that was what I think kind of kept people going, you know, behind us. But then, you know, after she passed, we still felt the love and support of our community, and, you know, and just the support in terms of supporting what we were wanting to do, and trusting that what we wanted to do was help other people, help find a cure for this, so that other families and other children don't have to go through what we went through and what you went through with Brock. I mean, I think we're all, you know, we all feel like we want to do something. I mean, I think those of us who've started a chapter, at least from where I'm standing, sorry.
No, we're all wanting to make a difference.
We're all, you know, we don't want it to be, sorry, I think I need to clear my throat.
Oh, that's okay.
I'm not getting choked up. It's not that. I'm just kind of.
Allergies.
I think it's allergies. Yeah, it's dust. So, yes.
Being able to have that support from everybody. And
I think for us, you know, one of the big reasons that we started our chapter, is because we didn't want this to be for nothing. I mean, there's nothing that we could do about this. There was no way to prevent this. But now that we're on the other side of it, I feel like, you know, I want to do all I can to help find a cure, to make a difference in this space, and ultimately so that there is a cure. And it would be amazing if a cure was found in our lifetime.
There will be.
I mean, I believe that there will be. I believe that there's enough, you know, enough money out there to help support this. And as we all work together to make a difference, I think that we will find a cure, that we will see it, hopefully in our lifetime. And I just, you know, I guess what I would say to our supporters is, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for everything that you've done for us, for everything that you've done for Mary Catherine, for everything that you're doing, that you have the foresight to still continue to support this effort, because you, like us, don't want anybody else to have to go through this. And that is why we're doing what we do.
Well, and I'm so glad that you joined. And y'all's chapter is also in Austin. It's just the Hearts for MK. So I'm glad to have y'all right by us.
Yeah.
Because Mary Catherine absolutely made such a huge impact and continues to. And I'm just glad that we're all family now. So thank you for all that y'all are doing. Thank you to your amazing supporters.
Yeah. And thank you for everything you're doing, and for just, helping us when we were going through this. I think, when you get to know people within the chapter, it does really feel like a family.